Why is Luke evil? Because they're not present in their lives. He's like, no, I'd rather get eaten by the monster. They already die. Notice how you said that as a joke? Because that would be so stupid to do? Yeah. That's exactly what he does. Because you have empathy. Man, shut up. In the show, they passed the deadline. Why? What is stupid and unnecessary changes? Zeus should have killed him.
I'm gonna record this while I wait for my friend. Here's the thing, if Annabeth is gonna know everything, you might as well just make her the Oracle. You might as well have her stand at the dining pavilion and then let them know exactly what's gonna happen in season 3, 4, and 5. Oh my gosh, why does she have to know everything? And the thing is, they tried to spin it off in a way like, oh, Annabeth needed to know that Talia would come back so that she can tell Luke, and then, you know, Luke having this whole spiral moment and whatever. Dude, why is Luke spiraling? I know why he's spiraling. Okay, it's a way to soften his character yet again. And like, I know I complain about this a lot in general, about Luke's character being softened, but it's true. I'm trying to say in the books a lot less, but like, it's not working, because in the book, Kronos knows that even if Luke knows that Talia is coming back, he's not going to freak out. You know why? Because they think that Talia is for sure going to be on their side, so they don't care. They're like, you know what, if Talia has to come back, bring her back, we need another one over here. And like, now you've changed it to Annabeth being like, oh my god, Talia might come back. Why do you know that? It's such a surprise. It's literally the biggest plot twist in the book. Okay, when I was like 12 and I was reading it, and they were like, I'm Talia, daughter of Zeus. I'm like, from the memories? And like, that's exactly how everybody else reacted. You know why? Because they thought Talia was dead. I was like, the whole, oh my god, her legacy, blah blah blah. And also, I didn't say anything about this in the first season because I was like, sure, whatever. In season 1, okay, first of all, the show humor, it kind of feels forced. You know, like, I get that in the books, it's a lot easier to find Percy witty because of the fact that it's a first narrator POV, so we get a glimpse into his mind, yada, yada, yada. Sure, fine, whatever. Like, why is the show humor so dry? And he was like, oh my god, yeah, she met a pinecone's fate. I didn't have any problems with that, like, the first time that I watched it, but then the more I think about it, okay, which is what I need to stop doing. The more I think about it, like, in the books, Percy was very respectful of Talia because of the fact that she sacrificed her life. She saved her friends. If I can find some quotes, I'll put it up here. You know, he would make a lot of jokes about everything, but then he wouldn't make a joke about Talia because he was like, whoa, oh my god, she's kind of like me, a child of the big three. Low-key, knowing that Talia comes back, I feel like destroys a little bit of the suspense. In the Titans Curse, there was just such an urgency because of the fact that, like, she had just come back and she was 15, about to turn 16. They had, like, no time to deal with a lot of things, and then boom, blah, 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 right? But then now they have, like, time before she even comes back to get into terms about her most likely being the prophecy kid. But we're gonna pretend I'm still at the same place I was recording before. So I was talking about this with my best friend after the first video, right? And word to word, the thing is, Luke is an abused abuser. Like, yes, he's absolutely the product of everything that he went through, but then it's also true that he is also doing bad things. It's not like he's doing bad things and then, like, crying about it every day or something like that. Come on now. Can we just address what in the Battle of Manhattan happened at the end there? Like, why did we have the last Olympian kind of a war at Half-Blood Hill in Sea of Monsters? Also, let's be so serious, okay? Luke would definitely be physically stronger than Percy Jackson in freaking season 2. Okay, in season 2, in the book 2, in Sea of Monsters. Oh, my blister. Which is like, obviously, because yes, Percy is super OP and he's the son of Poseidon, one of the big three, yada yada yada. But at the same time, Luke has so much more training than him, and he's also the one who trained Percy. So, like, which by the way is like a sad thing of itself because, like, but whatever, okay, that's not my point. If Luke wanted to kill Percy Jackson in Sea of Monsters, Luke would have been able to kill Percy Jackson in Sea of Monsters. Kronos and Luke kept Percy alive, and they were like, oh wait, Percy might actually be the prophecy kid and help us. They were like, you know, we could probably convince him. So that's another thing about, like, the whole Talia thing. Talia absolutely hated the Olympians and she was so mad and this and that, but at the same time, she was never against being the daughter of Zeus. Okay, she has said it multiple times herself. That was the first thing that she said after she woke, or like at least after Percy found her and whatever, and she was like, I'm the daughter of Zeus. Every time I think about it, I get so mad because it's like, listen, there are complexities and then there are complexities. Zeus was not a good Olympian, but it was the one time that we saw a glimpse of Zeus having, like, softer emotions in a way, you know, like before that he was just like, listen man, I'm the king of the world and whatever. You guys, Talia's whole story was a sacrifice and not a punishment, and so many nuances. Okay, so many nuances behind that. I think I talked about this in the first video. But I was already so pissed off about it, but not pissed off enough to start a YouTube channel and start talking about it. You know what I mean? Because if you were gonna make Zeus like softer and whatever, you know, to justify the Percy, which by the way, I know it's because they want it to be where like Poseidon is a much better dad, and he's like looking at for Percy and this and that. Why? Because, oh my god, y'all are pissing me off with making Poseidon being such a person dad. Like, have you guys not seen The Good Place? Have you not seen How I Met Your Mother? Sometimes there are just parents that, okay, I don't know why I went with those two, like, sitcoms when there are so many emotional, like, heartbreaking stories out there, but, like, I saw a TikTok earlier, okay, and I just can't stop thinking about it. And in that one, okay, people change, this and that changes, but, like, it is also true that they were a bad parent to you, essentially. And yes, Poseidon wasn't, like, the worst Olympian parent in the entire series. No, he wasn't. But at the same time, he was so aloof, and he would send messages through Hermes before showing up himself, and you're telling me that same guy showed up. And that reminds me, why the hell did Poseidon even call Hephaestus his freaking brother? I'm sorry, what, your brother? You mean the son of Zeus is now your brother? So are you, what is that even, you're the son of Zeus also? Y'all out there, y'all are talking about some, oh, Rick Riordan's also writing the show, so every change so is this also the same Rick who wrote all of the books and then called Poseidon Hephaestus' brother? Sorry guys, I'm just like, what a stupid, who approved this? Like, stop being so present, just, you know what, pack your bags and go back to the sea. Damn. Sorry, I got carried away. Anyways, but what I was actually talking about was the Zeus thing, right? So you're telling me that guy didn't kill Percy, killed his own daughter, and that's what you want me to believe. And another thing, which is that even in the show, if he's the one who turned his daughter into a tree, yada yada yada, and then he saw Chiron looking at the whole thing, and he was like, oh my god, don't tell anybody. As much as you want to make him like heartless and whatever, Zeus would not give a darn if Chiron went and told the other people. He's the king of the Olympians. What are the others gonna do? He does not give a darn. Like, y'all made him not give a darn about the wrong thing. So why the hell would Talia not join Luke now? Okay, you guys turned it from something where it's like Luke totally believes Talia would join him. Annabeth knows the hell she wouldn't. Everybody's like, oh my god, I hope she doesn't. Yada, yada, yada. And then she doesn't in the books. Because, like, her father didn't turn her into a tree out of a punishment. As a punishment. But now he did. You know what, girlie? Go join him. I support you. Those are going to be famous last words, and she's actually going to go support him. Anyways, I don't think I'm ever going to stop talking about my disappointment about this show. Like, I feel like if I just keep the camera rolling, if I just keep talking to people, I'm just going to keep talking about it. And, like, you guys, it's actually, I might go insane. To kind of shift away from that, right? Like, reflecting back on, like, the comments that I got. Like, how did I feel about, like, it, you know, the dude being Chris and not Charles, which, by the way, I was so, come on, where's Charles and Selena? Like, it's under that, right? I was talking about, like, how are they even going to angle it in any way that Clarice and Chris end up together? Because, like, that relationship didn't just take mental damage, right? It took physical damage. And then now you're gonna have, like, we don't really know what happens in the book between Chris and Clarice anyway. At the same time, I don't think he physically hurt her and tried to kill her and then said all of those things to her, man. Like, and somebody else brought it to my attention that, you know what, Clarice and Chris might not end up together, and they might go the whole Rugard thing. Y'all are gonna ruin Rugard. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Also, I was gonna say it. Alright, the movie was entertaining. Alright, I talked about this a lot before, which is that, yes, the movies weren't accurate at all. And I know I'm talking about how inaccurate the show is, and also fully because Rick Riordan, like, advertised it as a book faithful adaptation after, like, trash talking the movie for years. At the same time, the books never pretended to be a faithful adaptation. Okay, they never pretended to be perfect, but it was funny. It was entertaining. And oh my gosh, like, there's so many unforgettable lines in that movie.
Don't walk on my roof.
Disney has such a big budget. Are y'all spending it on this one specific character that we all know? Not even low-key, right? Some of the VFX in the movie was so good. Like, Percy using his powers was so good. Like, yes, I like the little swirly thing Percy does in Cece's Island, but, like, what else? I don't want to say in the movies, in the book, but in the movies. Okay, it was, like, over the top. Yeah, it was, like, crazy. Why is Percy doing all of that, like, when he's, like, 12? But at the same time, like, visually it's attracting me, you know. Like, I watch the movies. I've watched the movies multiple times, actually. Why? Because of the humor. It was super silly, stupid, and the visuals were so good. And Logan's learning. But anyways, I want to stop talking about this now. See you in season 3, I guess.